بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على عبده ورسوله نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه ومن اهتدى بهديه واستنى بسنته إلى يوم الدين أما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Today, inshallah, in today's lesson, we're going to discuss how was fasting of Ramadan, or actually how was fasting in general, made obligatory upon the Muslim nation, the Muslim Ummah. At the very beginning, when the Prophet ﷺ migrated from Mecca to Medina, he went in and he saw the people fasting the day of Ashura, which is the 10th day of the first month of the Islamic year, the month of Muharram. And he asked about it, the Prophet ﷺ, why are they doing this? So the Jews said that this is the day that Allah Almighty saved Moses, saved Musa and those who were with him from Pharaoh. So we are doing this as a sign of gratitude, of being thankful to Allah Almighty. So the Prophet ﷺ was revealed upon, and he said, well, we should be more grateful and more thankful than you Jews are, because we believe in Moses in the right and correct way more than you believe in him and more than you follow what he brought to you. So it was obligatory upon all Muslims to fast the day of Ashura. So this was stage one. Stage two, this was obligated, and it was made, the fasting of Ashura, it was made preferable and sunnah. It's a voluntary fasting. But it was replaced by fasting the holy month of Ramadan. Allah Almighty says in the Holy Quran, what translates to, fasting is for a fixed number of days. But if any one of you is ill or on a journey, the prescribed number should be made up from days later. So if you're on a journey or you're ill, you don't have to fast, but you should make that over later on, make it up. But for those who can do it with hardship, there is a ransom, the feeding of one that is poor or indigent. But he will be given more of his own free will but he that will give more, if he gives this money of his own free will, it is better for him. And it is better for you that you fast if you only knew. So this was obligated. Fasting Ashura was lifted off. It was obligated, and it was a must. It is a must now to fast Ramadan. But you had the option at the very beginning. You had the option of either fasting, or if you had the money, you don't fast. You just pay this ransom and feed this indigent or poor person, and that does the job for you. Then again, there was a certain option. And that option was, if you break your fast, if you fast the whole day, and then when it's Maghrib, when it's sunset, you break your fast, and you fall asleep. If you wake up, you are not allowed to eat anything. You should continue fasting till the sunset of the following morning. And there's a hadith narrated by Bara ibn Azib, may Allah be pleased with him, that one of the companions of the Prophet ﷺ worked in his farm so hard while he was fasting. And when he went home after sunset, he told his wife, do you have anything to eat? She said, yes, wait, I'll go and get it. She went to the kitchen, and by the time she came back, he was already asleep. And she started weeping. What did you do? So the guy woke up. What happened? And he realized that he slept. And he did not eat anything. So he had to continue fasting until it was sunrise, the break of dawn. Then it was the new day. And he did not eat anything. By midday, the guy fainted. He could not go on. So Allah Azza wa Jal lifted this case, and now it was obligatory upon all to fast. There's no ransom that you may pay unless that for a person that is chronically ill, or for a person that is too old to fast, or for a pregnant woman, or for a breastfeeding woman. And we will come to that, inshallah, on a later stage. And Allah Azza wa Jal had made things easier for us. You have the whole time from sunset till the break of dawn. You can eat, you can sleep, and you wake up and eat again, and sleep and wake up again and eat as much as you want, providing you do that before the break of dawn. Now, when do we fast Ramadan? How do we know that this is the month of Ramadan? See, Islam is very easy. It's not complicated. It's way easier than other religions. In Islam, the more you need something, the easier it is for you to get. This is life. It's Allah's rule and way of doing things. For example, you have water and you have air. Which do we need more? Air. That's why everyone can get air free. It's easy, just breathe it and it's there. While water, you have to look a little bit for it, but it's also there. There is water. In Islam, whatever you need, it's made easy for you. Marriage is very essential. It's life. You have to get married. So what do I do to get married? It's very simple. You have someone to marry, preferably a Muslim woman. You go to her father. You propose. The father says, I give you my daughter in marriage for a dowry of $1,000. There are two people witnessing this. You say, I accept. She's your wife. Take her. That's it. It's done. Funerals, and there is no relation. Don't get me wrong. There is no relation between marriages and funerals. But one leads to the other. Funerals, at the same time, it's the same thing. Everybody dies. Okay, what do we do when someone dies? Well, it's one hell of a problem. You have to buy a big coffin made of this kind of wood that is expensive, $3,000, $4,000. You have to put him on display for 5-6 days. You have to put a suit for him, do this, do that. Then you have to get the convoy of cars to take him to the cemetery with a music band on front and some pipes doing here and there. And then the priest comes. It's a long process. In Islam, it's a piece of cake. Dying is a problem. It's a catastrophe. Nobody likes dying. And if someone of your relative dies, it's not something easy. But Allah Azza wa Jal made this for everyone. Everyone is going to die. So once your loved one dies, it's an easy process. Get the dead body, wash it, perfume it, wrap it up in 3 pieces of white cloth. This is our coffin to it. Only 3 pieces of white cloth. Take him to the mosque. All the Muslims would pray and ask Allah Azza wa Jal that He may forgive this dead man's sins. They would take him to the cemetery, dig a hole 6 feet under, put him in it, put the dust again, back to it. That's it. He's dead. It's over. Takes 2 hours, 3 hours. We have the grief filled in our hearts for our loved ones. But it's natural. If he's not going to die today, he's going to die tomorrow. So it is easy. Islam is easy. It's for everyone. Now when we come to Ramadan, it's the same story. One would say, how would I know that this is the month of Ramadan? Do I have to go to astronomers or to mathematicians to do this calculation for me? Or can anyone do this? No, the answer is anyone could do this. It's a piece of cake. Ibn Umar, may Allah be pleased with Abdullah and his father Umar. Abdullah ibn Umar ibn Khattab. May Allah be pleased with them both. He said that the Prophet ﷺ said, do not fast until you see the new moon. And do not break your fast, meaning at the end of the month, until you see it. And if it is cloudy, calculate 30 days when it should appear. And this hadith was reported by Bukhari and Muslim. So it is the most authentic hadith that could possibly be. So in Islam, you don't go to arithmeticians and astronomers, tell them, calculate where the stars are, where the moon should be, and please tell me, is tomorrow Ramadan or not? No, this is not Islam. Islam is easy. Tells you, go out, look at where the crescent should appear on the 29th day of Sha'ban. When the sun sets, you start tracking the crescent, if it appears or not. If you see it, alhamdulillah, tomorrow is Ramadan. If you don't, then you have to, by default, continue the following day to be part of Sha'ban, the 30th of Sha'ban. This is the easy way of doing it. Actually, this is the only way of doing it. Okay, can we refer to calculations? No, you cannot. Why? Because the Prophet ﷺ said that we are a nation that does not calculate. This is the way it should be done, for everyone to do it. That is why we do it in this manner. Okay, how many witnesses do I need to sight the moon? There is a dispute among scholars. Some of them say only one witness is enough. And this is the school of Al-Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal, the Hanbali school. They say one is enough for sighting the moon. The Maliki and Shafi'i school say no, you need two. As any other type of witnessing, you have to have two witnesses to sight the moon. The third opinion is of the Hanafi school, and they say no, if it's clear sky, you need only one. Excuse me, if it's clear sky, you need two, because everyone can see it. So not even two is enough. There has to be a whole bunch of people sighting the moon, because it's a clear sky. But if it's cloudy, or there's haze in the skies, or you cannot see it clearly, one is enough. And the most authentic of the three opinions is that one is enough. Because we believe in the authenticity of the thing that one person tells us. And this was illustrated clearly when the Muslims used to pray in the direction, when they were in Medina, they used to pray in the direction of Jerusalem, of Al-Masjid Al-Aqsa. And when it was revealed to us, to the Prophet ﷺ, that now the direction has changed into Mecca, you should direct yourself, you should face the direction of the Kaaba, Mecca. And that is 180 degrees. See, Medina is in between Mecca and Jerusalem. So it's south to north, or actually it's north to south. So there were a group of people, of companions, praying to the north, to Jerusalem. They did not hear this revelation, this ayah, this verse where they were ordered to change directions. So while they were praying, a man came to them who took the information from the Prophet ﷺ, and he says to them while they were praying, I bear witness that the Messenger of Allah has received a revelation instructing him to face the direction of Kaaba. None of the companions said, well, let me finish my prayer and double check. Maybe this guy is bluffing. Maybe he was misinformed. No. Immediately, on the spot, they've changed all of their direction to face the Kaaba, to face Mecca. And this indicates that the thing that one person, a good Muslim, conveys to us, we should do it. We don't have to ask for another person to double check. This is, I think, covers the thing and wraps it up. If any of you have questions? Yes, please.
If someone ate accidentally during fasting, does he have to make up this day, that certain day?
If a person eats or drinks by accident, he's lucky. I say it like that. If it's by accident, Allah Azza wa Jalla does not punish you if you do a mistake. God is so merciful. Do you think that God has this stick in his hand and it wants to beat everybody and wants to throw everyone in hell? No. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is so merciful. I could spend hours and hours telling you about His mercy. if you look at your life, you would find ways and different forms of His mercy upon you. Now, today, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is merciful. If you make a mistake, He's forgiving. And if you make it without intention, then He would not punish you for that, because it was not your intention to do it. And Allah forgives the things that you do without your intention. If somebody is asleep, and during his sleep, he wakes up in a nightmare, he's not aware of what he's saying, and he curses Allah. This is blasphemy. The guy is asleep, he's in the middle of a nightmare, and he does this. Do we hold him accountable for that? No. Does Allah hold him accountable for that? No, he's not in his conscious. He's unconscious, he's sleeping. So if you eat or drink or have or perform, commit any of the things that nullifies fasting, and which we will come inshallah on a later stage, if you do those things unintentionally, Allah Azza wa Jal does not punish you for that. Okay, is my fasting correct or not? Okay, I know that Allah will not punish me, but do I continue fasting, or okay, I made a mistake, I ate a whole dish of steak with a couple of hamburgers and 3 large Coke and 7 French fries, but I forgot after finish all of that. So do I continue fasting, or it's not accepted? No, it is accepted. No matter how much you eat, because Allah has fed you and Allah has nourished you. It's a gift from Allah Azza wa Jal. But it brings us to another question is, if I see someone eating and I know that he's fasting, should I say, oh, lucky him, let him finish it? Or should I stop him? No, you should stop him. You should tell him, hey, you're fasting. Wait, cut it. You have to stop. Because this, and we will come to talk about this a little bit further on the road, inshallah. Second question?
Almighty Allah says in the Quran, Allah does not intend to place hardship on you. مَا يُرِيدُ اللَّهُ لِيَجْعَلَ عَلَيْكُم مِّنْ حَرَجٍ. Your eminence have referred to people who are exempted from fasting, like the sick, the traveling, the pregnant or breastfeeding woman. What about the person who is in jail, or someone who is doing hard work under harsh circumstances? Is he also exempted from fasting?
No one is to break his fast unless he has a legitimate reason. And this legitimate reason should be based on facts, not theory. For example, if someone is on hard labor, God forbids, in prison, or a laborer working but real hard, he should not go with the intention of breaking his fast. He should start fasting. And in the middle of the day, if he's going to faint, if he's going to lose it, then he may break his fast due to necessity, not due to the fact that he is in hard labor, doing this hard labor, or doing this tough job of his, or due to the fact that he's in prison. So you may not have the intention of not fasting just simply because it's hard for you. A lot of people work, and fasting in general is hard. Fasting is hard. So it's not an easy thing to do. And we don't expect people to come and say, Alhamdulillah, I did not have any hardship at all. But if your job is difficult, it's hard, if you fly, well, flying is traveling. Beside that, if you work in hard conditions, then you may not break your fast. You should only fast until it's inevitable for you to break your fast. Otherwise, you're going to faint or have health problems or do something that is bad. Then you may break your fast. Yet, you must make that day up, and when you have the time and the health to do that. And Allah Azza wa Jal will excuse you for that. I think this is all the time we have for today's lesson. Until we meet inshallah next time. في أمان الله والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.